vision is really to better leadership all over the world in every sector. I always say when the leaders of the G20 are One Young World ambassadors, the job will be done. We'll see. But the mission as we go along, what we're doing is identifying, promoting and connecting young leaders, usually in the age group 18 to 30 years old. Why? Because it's the most informed, most educated, most connected generation in human history. It is already a generation producing leadership of significant impact. But I believe that by giving those young leaders the platform, the connections, all the advantages that they get of being a One Young World ambassador, I believe that because it is an in-person global forum, these are young leaders who will have a clear and authentic sense of the whole world being one humanity, as opposed to all of the divided pieces we've been talking about here at the conference. But I think that the work of very deliberately creating those spaces, forums, conferences like the QCEF conference here this week, there's a huge amount of work to be done so that people are not siloed and nations are not so easily divided as they are today in the online world. And I think it occurs to me at the moment that this authentic in-person, person-to-person engagement is becoming a very, very valuable commodity in a world where I can be faked, you can be faked, anybody's voice can be faked, anybody can be misquoted. This authentic, verifiable person-to-person connections, they were valuable before, but now I just wonder if they aren't essential. One thing we know with One Young World is when young leaders have the privilege of joining the community, they find themselves in a world of young leaders, but it is the whole world. It's every single country in the world. And they get, once they join the community and go to their summit, which is where they start their membership, their membership gives them access to the kind of people that we saw today. There were ambassadors in the audience, One Young World ambassadors, I should say, as well as those of governments. And the brilliant thing with the QCEF scholarship is that is going to give 8 places in the One Young World community to 8 young leaders, and it's open public application, and that'll be thousands of applications for that, because we know these scholarships generate enormous interest. I think, I'm not sure of the figures for this year, but I know in 2022 we had over 600 scholarship places were awarded, but there were 50,000 applications for those 600 places. So I think that it's very good for QCEF in as much as it proselytizes China-United States relationship. It says there is a relationship, which I think is brilliant. So whoever those amazing young leaders are who get the scholarships, it also says that there are people of good intent and goodwill who've set up and given the scholarship. And those same people of good intent and goodwill are a forum of China-US dialogue, which, as we've all agreed the last couple of days, is the most important dialogue in the world at the moment, is China-US dialogue. And working together, not just dialogue, not just talking.